Tonight, a tradition continues. The Colts with their 43rd appearance on Monday night, but this won't be the Big Easy.
This is what we do!
Playoff hopes remain for Jack, Mack, and the rest, all on a primetime stage.
It's always exciting to be on primetime.
It'll be a fun atmosphere.
Man, everybody's watching you.
Ryan Deem joins us to break it down, and if it's New Orleans, it's the Mannings right at home. The Colts back on RTV6 tonight.
Now, an RTV6 News special. It's Countdown to Kickoff.
Well, one of the legendary stadiums in the world, home to Final Four, Super Bowl, seats 74 grand, and tonight, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, the home of Monday Night Football, again, Colts and Saints, here live on RTV6. Good evening to you. Dave First, Brad Brown getting you set for the Colts. And this, it's hard to believe it's been over 2 years now the Colts have been on Monday Night Football. I mean, yeah, it was last year, but that was a preseason game.
Yeah.
This one counts. And the Colts definitely need this one as well.
Counts in a big way. The pressure is on as the Colts currently on a 3-game losing streak, but they still do have themselves a path to the postseason, even with a 6-7 record.
And good news, T.Y. Hilton will play tonight, apparently 100%.
Yeah.
According to Frank Wright, he said earlier in the week, hey, he's not going to play unless he's 100%. Good news is, he appears to be 100%, and he will play at the Dome.
The first step for the Colts really isn't that complicated. They've got to win. They've got to win their final 3 games, tonight in New Orleans, then against the Panthers and Jaguars. The Titans and Steelers will each need to lose their final 2 games. Tennessee, in fact, plays the Saints next Sunday. Then they have Houston. Pittsburgh closes with the Jets and Ravens. Whomever comes through it gets a prize. It's likely a trip to Kansas City to face the Chiefs. KC currently the 3 seed as the West Division champs. We shall see. Dave?
All right, so think about this. The coaches, they come and go. The general managers, unfortunately, have come and gone for the Colts. Heck, the quarterbacks have come and gone. But there's one constant on the Colts, and it's Jack Doyle. Tonight, one-on-one with the former Cathedral star whose career in Indy almost never got off the ground.
I think many people forget that you were originally signed by the Titans back in 2013 out of Western Kentucky. That didn't work out so well.
I was about to sign to the practice squad and got claimed in Indianapolis, so packed up my truck and headed up here.
Pack up the truck, but here you are, you flash ahead 6 years later, you're signing extensions, you're an established tight end in this league, well respected. It's crazy how it all kind of works out, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, I honestly, I try not to think about it too much. I just try to worry about today and worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes and keep moving forward. But yeah, it's definitely something that I'll reflect on later and, you know, once I'm done playing and how lucky I've been to play for my hometown and how much fun my family and friends have gotten out of it.
Been an absolutely crazy season, obviously. It's not over, but still.
Yeah, it's been a crazy season. I agree with your assessment. Up and down, and every season's got that a little bit, but this one's just felt like a little more ups and downs. It's been tough, but you know, we have the right guys in this locker room and a great coach that lead us into trust in, you know, the process of practice and getting better, and then the results will come the way we want them to come if we just keep doing that, and I know we're going to keep doing that.
You can tell everyone's growing. Speaking of growing, the beard game is strong here. What's going on with this?
I don't know. You know, I usually cut it on the bye week. I usually do half and half.
Right.
You know, but the bye week was early, so I left it, and then I never cut it. It's more of a.
I mean, do you use oils and stuff and all that?
I joke that it's a you know, commitment and all these, but it's more laziness than anything.
I see.
Just let it go. But I'm about ready for it to go. But at this point, you gotta wait for the end of the year, whenever that is.
I know you don't like to go there, but final thing, what would the 17-year-old at Cathedral High School, Jack Doyle, say about this Jack Doyle several years in the league?
Good job.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
That 3-year contract extension was to the tune of $21 million. You might remember it was Mike Munchak, who was the head coach of the Titans, helped make the decision to waive and hoped then to re-sign Jack back to the practice squad. That never happened. Mike now the offensive line coach with the Broncos, so it really is crazy how it all works out. Brad Brown.
Yeah, Dave, one of the recurring storylines this season, the struggles of Colts kicker Adam Vinatieri, the best ever in the NFL, put on injured reserve just 10 days ago, is going for knee surgery. In place of one of the league's oldest kickers, the Colts bring in one of the youngest. And so enter rookie Chase McLaughlin. He wasn't even born when Vinatieri made his NFL debut, but the Colts' new kicker has plenty of experience being the new guy. Indy is already his 5th stop just this fall. His first taste of the pros, already a winding, long journey. How crazy has this last, say, 5 or 6 months been for you, this entire process?
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, bouncing around from team to team, traveling across the U.S., but it's been an experience and one that I'll cherish forever.
There's so many little things involved with being part of a special teams unit. How are you able to adjust kind of the intricate parts of working with so many different long snappers and holders?
Really, it's just time and repetition. So obviously it's kind of hard coming in and trying to get it right away, but throughout a couple weeks, you kind of get the repetition and the timing down, and you get comfortable.
You got Luke and Rigo here who've worked together so long. Has that made it easier for your transition in here?
Absolutely, yeah. They've been great, not only just helping me out with the snap and hold and getting it right how I like it, but also just off the field, any questions I've had about the city, about the team, about the way things are run here, they've been super helpful and great.
You got the best ever to do it, 4 lockers down here. What have you been able to take away with your interactions with Adam in this process?
Really just more about the professionalism. He's just a true professional on and off the field, whether it's in meetings or in practice. He's just, the way he carries himself is the biggest thing I've noticed. Really, I'm just trying to take it a game at a time and kick at a time and take advantage of each opportunity.
He's just 23 years old. Again, remember, this is Chase's rookie season. Before he even had his first NFL kick, he'd already been signed and released twice. He was a fill-in for both the Chargers and 49ers, and in theory that could be the case here as well, but the uncertain future of Vinatieri could open the door for McLaughlin to settle down here in Indy.
All right, let's get a live look at New Orleans. No place quite like Bourbon Street. Are they already at the game? What happened here? Where are we at?
Yeah.
The good times, they're flowing somewhere right now. They're all huddled inside watching the game on TV. Maybe they're watching us, the feed down there. What a cool atmosphere to tailgate, though, right? Hurricanes and high fives. Now less than 45 minutes until kickoff. Back with more after our first time out.
Peyton, who's your favorite football player, then?
My dad.
If you're with me, give me 2 claps. If you're with me, give me 2 claps. Let's go. Let's go.
2 legendary football players, both leading Indiana teams to heights never seen before. We catch up with Colts Super Bowl winner Peyton Manning and former Purdue standout turned Saint star Drew Brees. Plus, we're joined in studio by former Colts offensive lineman Ryan Diem. His insight into tonight's big Monday night matchup between the Colts and Saints when Countdown to Kickoff continues next.
He played 11 seasons with the Colts, an anchor at right tackle, helping protect Peyton Manning and, well, opening up big holes for running backs like Edgerrin James, Joseph Adai, and Dominic Rhodes. He's back with us on RTV6. Great to have the former Super Bowl champ. Well, he's still kind of a Super Bowl champ. Ryan Dean joins us here as we get set for Colts and Saints on Monday Night Football. Colts and Saints, Super Bowl 44. Didn't work out. So, but
why are we bringing up old stuff?
Well, but Drew Brees, he's like still playing, and you're like, you're
give
like,
me a break.
You're like taking the kids to soccer practice for crying out loud.
Drew Brees never gets hit.
Well, ideally, yes, this is true.
Hey, I mean, did what I could for 11 years. The body was telling me it was time, but no, I mean, no, honestly. No better guy than Drew Brees to still be doing it. I mean, he's a huge, huge guy in the community, and he lives in New Orleans, and he does all sorts of great stuff at Purdue. So, big time, big time.
There will actually be people cheering for Drew Brees here in Central Indiana, and that's cool.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. And this, maybe not Monday night, maybe not in the game.
Okay,
but.
All right, I get what you're saying. Here's the situation, though, and luckily you weren't a part of this too many times. But the Colts, here they are, 6-7. They need to win. If they have any shot at getting into the playoffs, and they need a ton of help. So what is the mindset for this team going into tonight now?
Yeah, you're right. Thankfully, I didn't have a lot of experience in this situation. I got to think, though, right now, it's best foot forward for everyone across the board. Not only is this game really win or go home, this game is for the future of their careers, quite honestly. This is now when the resume film starts. Who's going to perform at the hardest point, the high pressure, and then if it doesn't work out, against the Saints, then you got a couple other games that don't really matter, but who's still going to show up and put some good film down? That'll be their resume moving forward.
Well, and let's face it, the last couple of weeks, they have not put down a good resume. These second half collapses are, and take a look at it, they were outscored 13-8 by the Steelers. They give up 10 unanswered by the Texans, 24 unanswered by the Titans, 17 unanswered by the Bucs. At some point, you are what you are what you put on tape, and this is currently what they got on tape.
Yeah, that's frustrating. To not be able to finish is crucial, obviously. In this league, you have to be able to finish, especially some of those teams should have been wins. And like we mentioned earlier, you just don't know who's going to break down in the game, right? We've had lots of different scenarios this year, and it's been kicking game, it's been passing, it's been protection a little bit,
secondary,
run game, secondary's been breaking down. Defensively, they've been overall fairly solid until Tampa. And then all of a sudden they let up 550 yards of offense. So
I've kind of defended Jacoby this season because I think A, he's been put in a very difficult position, and B, I think he handled it very well up until maybe the injury. But now recently, these fourth quarter collapses, and his quarterback rating I think is a 75 right now in the fourth quarter. He's got to step things up here as well.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a case where defenses have a better read on what the offense is really trying to accomplish, and they're taking some things away. They force some longer balls where he just hasn't really proven himself yet. He's missed a few balls, missed a few passes. I think coming into the year, no question, a lot of question marks, and he rose to the occasion. We loved what we saw. He's got a few gaps to fill right now. We got to finish those games. Got to finish strong in the fourth quarter.
Doesn't help when you're wide receiver 1s and 2s are out. Funchess, T.Y. has missed the last couple of games. Ebron, Paris, Chester. Speaking of injuries, though, we're not going to see Adam Vinatieri out there tonight. You know Adam pretty well. What do you make of his season? And obviously he had surgery last Wednesday. It went well. He may not be done. That's the thing. And if he says he wants to play again, he's going to find a place to play again.
He will. Whether it's here or somewhere else, he will have an opportunity if that's what he wants to do. You don't just set a guy down like that who's had 24 years, 23 and a half of greatness. And this year, obviously, he's fallen short. I have a feeling he's been dealing with this injury quite a long time and has been trying to just work through it. I know he talked about maybe having surgery before the season would have been a better idea. That leads me to believe this is something he's been battling for a while, and finally it just got to that point where it's affecting him, obviously, and he had to have it taken care of. So obviously the greatest of all time. He'll land on his feet if he wants to.
He's still a first ballot Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah.
And he's still going to go up in the Ring of Honor at Lucasville Stadium.
No question.
More on all this after the game. But also, you got a really cool event coming up next month. It's called Strike Out for Cancer, Woodland Bowl, Saturday night, January 25th. You have spoken many times about pediatric cancer, and this this program continues for you. Congratulations. This is going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Thank you. Yeah, Julie and I have been fundraising for the cause for over 15 years.
Julie, yeah.
You can get all the info at strikeoutcancerindy.com. Everything's on there. We offer corporate sponsorships. You can just buy a bowling team for you and your friends. We have open bar, we've got food, we've got all sorts of great prizes. It's a fun night. We get together for a couple hours, we bowl. We raise a lot of money for a great cause, which is pediatric cancer research at St. Vincent's Peyton Manning Children's Hospital.
Very cool. Congratulations on that. Stick around. Ryan's going to join us after the game, post-game show here, Colts and Saints. We'll see you then. Back after this.
Coming up, Marlon Mack featured in the Colts offense like never before. The milestone he's coming up on, even as he's battled injuries. And Saints quarterback and Purdue legend Drew Brees poised at leading the Saints to the playoffs. That's all next, right here on Countdown to Kickoff.
During the week, you don't really think about it, but then once it's time for the game, you start thinking about this is Monday Night Football. This is everybody kind of grew up watching Monday Night Football, and I know it was like a holiday in my house every Monday. So it's definitely exciting to be a part of that.
So would this be a working holiday then for Anthony Costanzo? We will see that coming up here in about 30 minutes right here on RTV6. Hey, welcome back. There are few players in the NFL that are more connected to the city they play in than Drew Brees is to New Orleans. The story is the same for Brees as at alma mater, Purdue University. The cradle of quarterbacks will carry on his name for generations to come.
Play action, Brees gonna bootleg it in.
Nearly 2 decades have passed since Drew Brees led Purdue to a pinnacle of its football success.
We stuck together and we told ourselves that we were going to win this someday. We were going to win the Big Ten championship. We were going to go to the Rose Bowl, and our dreams would come true.
A record-setting college career capped with a Big Ten championship and an appearance in the Rose Bowl.
Brees on 2nd down and 10, throws high into the air into the end zone, touchdown.
I know that I did the best that I could, and I think everybody on the team knows they did the best as they could.
Brees will one day earn a spot in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but he continues to be a driving force behind the program's journey back to its former glory.
I think the relationships he built, not only with his teammates, but with his coaches and other folks in athletics and the whole campus meant a lot to him. And again, Purdue took a chance on him when no one else would.
In 2007, Drew and his wife Brittany donated $2 million to help open the Brees Academic Center. It's become a central piece in Purdue's growth of its athletic facilities.
Drew had a great experience both as a student and an athlete, and that's a bit cliche in some people's mind, but he was a management major, was an academic All-American, the academic All-American of the year his senior year. So school was important to him.
Inside the recently opened Purdue Football Performance Center, reminders of Brees' college accolades are not hard to find.
Coach Tiller and Drew's time here showed us what's possible when you've got talented athletes, great coaching, and I think it provided the backdrop for us to be able to have the confidence to build a structure like this to help our football program hopefully return to those levels of achievement.
Now Brees is getting a chance to share the Purdue experience with his kids, and on occasion getting an invite to motivate the current crop of Boilermakers.
This place has a special place in my heart, and it's always an honor to come back. Play for each other. Look at the brother next to you, man. That's what it's all about. That's what you love most about this game. That's what I appreciate most about this game. I'm in my 19th season in the NFL. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I could play that long and be a part of so many great teams and develop so many great relationships. But that's what I think about when I walk away from this game. Man, I got brothers. I got brothers everywhere.
Brees will be playing for another piece of history tonight. He enters the game with 537 career touchdown passes, needing just 3 to break Peyton Manning's all-time mark. Tom Brady is still in this conversation as well. He has 538 after 2 more yesterday. But for Brees, there's no signs of stopping anytime soon. Dave?
I love that piece on Drew. Brad, thanks. I've been fortunate to get to know really several Colts over the years. The ones you really cheer for, though, are the underdogs. Maybe those who went undrafted, forgot about, sent away. One of those this season is 25-year-old Marcus Johnson. The former Texas Longhorn found himself thrust into the limelight as all those wide receivers eventually went to the injured reserve this season. Tonight, on national TV, it just could be the moment he's been waiting for. Take me back to your senior season at Texas. In the spring, torn meniscus. You fought through all that, still played the first game. Then it was a high ankle. People were telling you just to quit, just move on, worry about school. You didn't, though. Well, why didn't you?
I just believed in myself. You know what I mean? It's tough going through those times, and it feels like yesterday going through it and having to just really take a step back and say, you know, I'm not getting drafted. And I couldn't even really finish the season. Man, it was a tough time, but like I said, God is good, and that was my rock. That was my anchor.
You had to fight through that. I mean, as you mentioned, undrafted, go to Philly, get traded to Seattle. Here you are now with the Colts. You were on the practice squad.
It's a consistency about believing in yourself, and it's a motivated man's game. So to be able to, no matter what you're going through, trust your process, always find new things to tweak your game, try to reinvent yourself the best you can, and keep your faith in the right place.
And there were so many signs there that said you could have just shut it down and done something else.
No doubt.
You didn't, man.
No doubt.
It's pretty impressive. All right, last thing. Is your bucket list still to produce or put together a hip-hop album?
Absolutely. Yeah,
really?
No,
this is it?
No,
that's kind of broad. So what kind of hip-hop are we talking about? Like Boys to Men, Menudo, or are we talking like Migos or 2 Chainz or what here?
Anybody want to look at the Instagram, Mojo M DJ? I do Instagram raps. Sauced up in my zone, I don't know what to say. I put my own spin on it. I don't do all the cussing and talking. I just kind of talk about my life, what I've been through, my faith, and what's gotten me to who I am right now today. And I got some connections. Was cool with Russell Wilson, met Sierra.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a connection with that. We actually, me, Tyler, and Russell made a song, and Sierra helped us navigate through everything. So
this is a second career.
No, it's a legit operation.
Here's to the tune of a win in New Orleans.
No doubt. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Told you, you got to like that dude. That time of year again in the NFL, focus slowly turning towards the most prestigious individual award, the NFL's Man of the Year. This year's nominee from the Colts, cornerback Pierre Garcon, a young man who's overcome plenty in his personal life but continues to give back $185,000 to a performance center for his old high school in Missouri, organizing Thanksgiving meals, shoe distributions. It's Meriden's feet. Good luck to Pierre. The winner announced Super Bowl weekend down in Miami. Back after this.
Coming up, how does Peyton Manning spend retirement? Well, what doesn't he do? We catch him with some rare downtime at home with his family. And you've either seen him at Lucas Oil Stadium or on social media. We'll introduce you to the man behind Cloney Dungy, a true Colts superfan. What he thinks of this season, plus his creative outlet that's brought joy to Colts fans everywhere.
I mean, as a kid, when you're, running around the backyard and imagining stuff, this is something you imagine. Really excited for it. This is my first Monday night game as a kid. It's something I always go outside when I was a kid and go out there and run around and think about playing on Monday Night Football. So really, I'm honestly just blessed and happy to have the opportunity.
For many players, this will be their first Monday night experience. We'll see how Hines and the rest of the young guys perform under the bright lights tonight. Dave?
We should have grabbed one from the locker room, but you've likely seen those white run-the-damn-ball hats that Jacoby Brissett was wearing earlier this season. Back when this team appeared to be a run-first offense. The fruits of those labors might come to fruition, though, for Marlon Mack tonight. Remember, Mack was the fourth-round pick of the 2017 draft, and here he is several years later. The former South Florida star backed it up, all that confidence to the coaches and whatnot, just 100 yards away from his first 1,000-yard season. And remember, he missed a few games earlier this year.
It's going to come. It's going to come. Just pretty thankful for it. And, hey, man, each week I'm going to just try to get it each week.
Is that something you're actively, to kind of check that off?
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Definitely, man. That would be pretty cool, man. My third year in the league, never had to hit 1,000 yards, man. as a running back growing up, man, that's something it's like you're like the accomplishment. So definitely 1,000 yards will be one of my checks off the list.
The Colts have had a 1,000-yard rush just twice over the past 12 seasons. Kind of hard to believe, but true. Frank Gore a couple years ago, and Joseph Adai did it twice in 06 and 07. As mentioned, Mack missed a couple of games earlier this season. Could already be at 1,000 heading into tonight. We'll see if Marlon can get the 100 he needs to get it done, Brad.
Dave, Mike Bostic has spent several years making fans do a double take while dressed up as an almost look-alike rendition of a certain former Colts coach. Well, now Cloney Dungy is putting together a huge project on a very small scale. RTV6's Nicole Griffin has a closer look.
It's a must-see when you visit the Cloney Cave.
Why wouldn't I build Lucas Oil Stadium?
Colts superfan Mike Bostic, who you may recognize as Cloney Dungy, started this project in 2016.
Once I built the stadium, I wanted to figure out how to build realistic players for it. I spent about 4 or 5 hours on each figure, and it's been a lot of fun. I've been able to share some of my work with the actual players. I even have an RTV6 truck go along with the day first figure.
Bostic started dressing up as former Colts head coach Tony Dungy 6 years ago, and now it's a tradition for every home game.
I don't know where it came from. Somebody told me a long time ago that I kind of looked like him and went to a game dressed like him, and here I am.
Becoming Cloney Dungy has created memories for Bostic and his family. Every home game, he brings along one of his sons.
All fans have special memories of the Colts, but this, for our story, it's really, I think, something when they grow up and they look back, they'll think, man, our dad was crazy, but boy, did we have some amazing times.
We asked Bostic to weigh in on this season, including Andrew Luck's retirement.
I understand his decision. I was disappointed just like everybody else. I do think it has had a huge impact on our team this year.
And of course, we had to ask about Adam Vinatieri's up and down season.
If it's over with number 4, I just want to say thank you, because you have provided memories for all of us that we'll all remember and cherish.
Bostic says he's hoping the Colts can finish out this season without any more injuries and come back strong next year.
It's been a tough season for all of us, but I love my Colts, and I will to the day I die.
Working for you, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Next, we'll take you into the home of the Manning family. Peyton, Eli, Cooper, and Archie. They share the inside story of how they grew up and how their love of football not only bounded them together, but changed their lives. Plus, our final thoughts before the Colts kickoff in New Orleans against the Saints on Monday Night Football, trying to break a 3-game losing streak.
All right, another live look. Bourbon Street, few places do game day or game night quite like that. Just hanging out at Bourbon Street, have a couple hurricanes or maybe just one.
I can tell you there at that bar right there is called the Crazy Corner. There are people
it doesn't
crammed.
look too crazy,
Nope, because they're all crammed in there inside, imbibing well, shall we say.
By the way, college football championship there in about a month as well, so they got it all.
Party on.
Hang on.
Wait for it.
What do you think?
Wait.
What do you think?
Look at this.
Oh, look at yours lights up.
Look at this.
Wait.
Happy holidays.
You snuck that one. It lights
it's
up
not good for
crying out
TSA
loud.
to try and get through security.
It's not good for TSA. Just getting comfortable here for the game, which begins here in just a bit here in RTV6. When I think of New Orleans, though, you can't help but think of the Manning family, right?
Home.
It is home, and we get an inside look thanks to Peyton's Places.
My family is no different than most families. We played football in the yard, and our dad humiliated us with his home movies.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of film on this journey, Coop. I've watched film with Joe Namath, Roger Staubach, Raymond Berry, watched film on the Immaculate Reception. We're gonna watch some different kind of film today. We were watching Dad's home videos. This has never been seen before, right? Only by millions of people.
He sold it to every local TV guy that came in.
I don't remember getting asked for our permission either.
My name is Peyton. I'm 3 years old, and my favorite team is West Chan. Your favorite team? West Chandler.
Y'all didn't hear me.
West Chandler. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas morning.
Look at that. There's a Saints jersey in the back. We were always getting new jerseys and helmets, right? That's kind of what we asked for.
Yeah, he wanted new equipment for Christmas.
Yeah. The old Sears catalog, right? People don't order those anymore.
Nothing better than Christmas morning, getting a helmet.
I had a Bo Jackson one. It just said Bo on the back. Full uniform.
I remember that, yeah. You used to wear that with a hoodie.
Over the top. That's how Bo wore it.
Peyton, who's your favorite football player there?
My dad.
Your dad?
Nice haircut, Peyton. What happened to your hair?
Peyton's hair.
Didn't Cooper cut it?
Yeah, I think he did. I got a pair of scissors with the helmet. Now you put it both to work.
Yeah.
Hey, Cooper, who's your favorite football player?
Roger Staubach.
Roger.
Dad's hair is particularly memorable. Wait, what's going on right in the middle there?
Let's don't talk about hairstyle. Is that an outdoor weight room? You don't see those.
That's out of the Saints camp. No rust on that.
Yeah.
It rains, you don't work out that day?
When I went to the Saints, they had no weight room. They had one universal gym. That was it. One
That might explain a lot.
Yeah. All right.
That's Benji Russell, the legendary Benji Russell, wearing an Archie Manning print on his T-shirt.
Yeah. Dad had to give that to him to let us borrow his yard for a couple hours a day.
There's my old drop,
The
right?
old five-step drop.
5-step drop. Yeah.
12-step drop.
Never take your eyes off the defense,
Yeah.
right? Cover, the old hooker out here.
I think that was a Robert Newhouse All-Star jersey.
Good shot. Newhouse goes left, pulls up, wants to pass. Fires it deep for goalie Richards. Got touchdown!
Nobody wears those T-shirts or old uniforms anymore. It's a shame.
No one wears blue jeans and cleats either.
It's a good look. Jeans, and my monogram Saints jacket.
Spike it, Peyton.
Nobody does that anymore either. Nobody just does a simple spike anymore.
Just Gronk?
They gronked it.
Spike was big back then.
Oh, yeah. Good
Good block, Benji. Thank you,
wait.
Benji. Get Cooper out of the way.
I think it was.
You don't see that celebration
Speaking of-
anymore either.
And end zone dances.
All a part of the Mannings down in New Orleans, and all a part of Peyton's Plate. Outstanding series from our friends at ESPN, streaming now on ESPN+. Again, if you're just joining us, T.Y. Hilton will play tonight. Been cleared to play 100% apparently, according to Frank Reich. Kenny Moore is out, Ross Travis is out, and I'm catching more slack.
You look
flack.
You look fantastic.
For my friends
though.
on huh? I thought this was like the ugly sweater season. I guess
It's beautiful.
That's something.
Immaculate. All right, final minute.
Okay.
New Orleans lightning round. You ready to go?
Let's go.
Here
Yeah.
we go. Gumbo or jambalaya? What's for dinner tonight?
Jambalaya.
Gumbo. What is in your po' boy?
Shrimp.
Blackened catfish is the correct answer.
Oh.
We're having just one drink on Bourbon Street tonight. What are you ordering?
If it's one drink, it's a hurricane. Then I'll see you next Monday.
Mardi Gras or Jazz Fest?
Mardi Gras.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Better music
You ever
than
do
Jazz
it?
Fest.
Yep.
No.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. Okay. And
Yeah.
then tonight's pick, Colts or Saints?
I like. Look, I know they're 9.5, 9-point dogs, but if the Colts can establish a run game against a depleted Saints front five, I mean, I think they have a shot at this thing.
No.
No?
New Orleans scores 40+ tonight. It's a blowout.
Oh, it's a blowout. They did that last Sunday.
Goodbye playoffs.
In a loss.
Yeah.
Joe Tessitore, Booger McFarland, Lisa Salters up next here on RTV6. We'll join you on the other side after the game. Enjoy it.